Hey, welcome in to this episode of the Piano Tuner Success Bootcamp. I'm really excited to be here, guys. We're going to get started here in a few minutes. We'll give everybody a chance to get live, and I'll click a few buttons. I always feel like I'm going to have to edit this. And you can do some yoga or some breathing exercises. I don't know. You can do that for 30 seconds as we're going live. The reason I have to do that is because I run down the stairs right before we start to get today is kombucha. I was drinking coffee earlier, but today's kombucha. And I'm going to dive into this, and hopefully I'm going to just chill so I don't go so fast and everybody goes insane today. I'm going to show you so many amazing things in this bootcamp number 3. Actually, I think probably going to be the best bootcamp number 3 I've ever done. 100% will be the best bootcamp number 3 I've ever done because I've only done one other one. And this one, at the end, I'm going to give you guys a little special offer that's just for the bootcamp. So if you're here, it'll be good for this. What is today? Friday? It'll be good over the weekend and even up till I think 12 o'clock on Monday. So if you need to talk to your spouses and think about this, honestly, we're driving into helping you guys, get started thinking about your career, thinking about your life. And I've been talking to some of you guys one-on-one, privately, and just kind of figuring out where you guys are at and on your journey. Some of you guys have been thinking about being a piano tuner for 2 years, 3 years. Some of you people are already piano tuners, and some of you guys are just like, I just found this thing and I might want to do it. And so I understand you're all in different places. And I'm going to teach this day 3 boot camp like fire. I'm going to teach it like fire, like it's going to be on. I'm not going to hold anything back. These boot camps are really not like marketing boot camps. It's not just a marketing thing. I'm actually going to show you what the deal is. I'm actually going to give you real information. Even if you have never become a part of the mentorship, you're going to have so many good things going forward. And so that's kind of what it is. It's not like a sort of a sneaky little sales pitch. There's none of that going on. All right, we're going to learn today where you're going to get tools and supplies, the best tools to get, what is the AccuTuner or the ETD, the big 4 money makers for field techs, my best-selling upsells, which is another money maker, and the big money jobs. Should you do them? We'll talk about that. How to get paid easily. And you know what? I didn't even put this in here, but Gazelle. We're going to dive into my Gazelle account. I'm going to show you my account, okay? I'm going to show you the features in Gazelle that are amazing and what they're doing for my business, because you guys are looking at me and go, well, you're saying that you can make all this money. You're saying that this is a real business. I'm going to show you. And it's kind of mind-blowing, actually, what's happened. And then bonus, 3 things I'll never leave home without. You know what? 3 things I never leave home without. That's funny. I like that section. And if you're new here, you're probably not. I say this in all the webinars. I got to say it. My puppy is Bear. He's laying behind me sleeping. And you know what he's wearing? I wish you could see it. Oh, you can see it. You can barely see it. He's wearing Elf. Look at that. He's wearing Elf. He's wearing an Elf sweater. My bear is wearing it. Just right there. See right there? It's little. If he wakes up, I'll bring him up and I'll show you guys. I started tuning in 2007. I got Bear 2 years ago. My son's 11 now. Look how cute he was when he was little. My wife's a stay-at-home mom. We homeschool my son, which means I'm a single income family, which is kind of rare, and I'm doing it all by tuning pianos. The school is very new, 3-4 years ago, so my whole business has been tuning pianos. I'm not just selling a course because I can't make money tuning pianos. It's like, when you see a lot of people selling courses on like how to sell because they don't sell anything because they don't have any money, so they make a course, they try to sell it to you. That's not my case. I've been making all my income, most solely of my income from piano tuning, and you guys know that already probably. I've tuned for John Legend. I've tuned for David Gant from Garth Brooks. Harry Connick Jr., been on stage with those guys, tuned him, Jack's Mannequin, and I turned down some really famous band on accident. I can't remember their names now. Anyway, guy that played for Petra, guy that plays for Toby Mac, guy that plays for Train, Nathan Walters from Plus One. These are all guys that in my Nashville client base. Reese Winans plays for Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I work on his piano. He's got a great piano. I work also for Jay Joyce. He's one of the top Grammy Award-winning producers in the world. Produces Eric Church, Miranda Lambert, Keith Urban, and Billy Ray Cyrus called me. If you're on my list, you'll know. He called me up. Hey, Eric, you got to tune my piano. Look, I've been around, and I've been able to be really blessed to be able to work for some of these great musicians. And I'm doing it all with the methods that I'm teaching you guys. So it's really close. My local business has over 100 5-star reviews in Nashville and Tennessee. I've been featured in the Piano Technician's Journal. I like to say that because what a great honor that is. So anyway, let's get to it, guys. I've done this intro in all of these boot camps. You know it's there. So stick to this. Where are you going to get your tools? Let's dive into this. At the end, I'm going to let you ask questions, and I'm also going to show you how you can get started diving into the community at Apex. So Shaft Piano is the number one. Now, I used to say go to Piano Tech, and I love Piano Tech, but they closed and they sold the Shaft. So I buy most of all my tools at Shaft Piano. I buy them on Amazon. And you know what? I buy at Harbor Freight. I buy at Harbor Freight and Tools. Let me pop this open and get you bigger here. I do Harbor Freight and Tools. I love Harbor Freight and Tools. And a lot of people say they're junk, but I like them. And that's it. There's other online retailers and other specialty things, but like this is the number one thing. And when you join Apex, you can get a piano as a student. You can get a piano technician account at Shaft. You cannot just buy from Shaft. It's a supplier account for professional piano technicians. Okay, right there. So you will be able to get. That's one of the bonuses. I don't even talk about that, but you'll be able to get right into Shaft. So what do you need? Okay. What are the must-haves? This is kind of the tools and tricks of the trade. So I'm going to give you like what you absolutely have to have. If you're ready to do this, you want to tune pianos, you absolutely have to have a tuning hammer and some mutes. And luckily, I've given you like a $39 option on Amazon, but I also have the Apex Student Starter Tuning Kit. It's got a great carbon fiber tuning hammer in there, and it's got the mutes that I use, these special mutes. You can get them only from Shaft. They're really thin, like rubber mutes, and they're amazing. I don't use anything else. I was talking to somebody today. The ones that you get on Amazon are kind of junky, so you don't really want to focus on that, or you get frustrated. Then there's something else you need is an ETD, okay? Electronic tuning device. And I use the AccuTuner, but it's pricey. I mean, it's $1,800 for the. So that is, we got to be honest. It's kind of a lot of money. It's more than $35. You can actually start with Piano Meter. It's $35. This is what I kind of suggest you guys doing in the beginning. Or you can get a free version of TuneLab, or the full version of TuneLab is only $300. So in the very beginning, I suggest you kind of get one of those apps. Even if you have an AccuTuner, I like having those on my phone because one time I forgot my AccuTuner at home. I drive like an hour and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot my AccuTuner. So I use TuneLab. Or if your AccuTuner dies, I mean, they don't really break that often. They're really, really, really rugged. But what if you're out there tuning and you have to get it fixed? Sometimes I send mine in to get a battery, and at that moment, I'm like, oh, I wish I had something like an AccuTuner, like a TuneLab. But I found this new one called Piano Meter. I like it because you can get it on the App Store, Google Play, or the Apple Store for like $35 for the year, and I like it. I like it. Okay, so that's what you absolutely are going to have. You can see this is a wide range of money, anywhere from the $1,000, $1,800 tuning hammer or a Sanderson AccuTuner, and then sometimes these tuning hammers cost like $500. But I found this one that's made in China that looks so good, and it's really affordable. So this whole kit here is like $300 for this, and then $30. So a couple $100. You got your tuning tools, you got your piano meter. What I have in my 90% toolkit, because I want to bring you into my world, I have this kit right here that I make all this money out of, and this is the same toolkit that I'm sending out if you buy the Apex toolkit. Now it's a little pricey. It's like $3,000, but it includes an AccuTuner, all the mutes, all the specialty tools, and it includes all this right here. It's like regulation tools, screwdrivers. I mean, some of these are basic tools, but all this is a nice tuning hammer, all the mutes that I have, and all the regulation tools. And then it includes other stuff in this box that you can't see, but and actually I think it includes a book and everything, lid prop. Includes like just all the stuff that I need. But the point of this is I built a little 90% toolkit because I can get 90% of my work done out of this one kit. I take it, put it in my garage or my car, drive off. I've got it. Now I have about 6 or 7 other toolboxes that stack up pretty high. They're stackers. So if I'm replacing strings or doing regulation or doing any big jobs like that, I'm going to take those tool boxes, the ones I need, stick them on my thing. So, but 90% of the day, I can do everything I need out of my box. And this box is there for you as you grow. You can buy one from me, and I'll put it together for you exactly, ship it right to you. Or you can just, you can basically, once you get into the mentorship, you're going to have a list of everything in this box. So you can go right to Shaft and buy little pieces of it. You can buy eBay tools. You can do all that stuff. One thing that, let's see, what is this? Yeah, the Big Four focus. One thing I do, and I've done this a bunch, I'll tell you guys since you're here, I'll tell you. I go on eBay and I find a tool kit that's like a whole bunch of tools on eBay, and there'll be like $300. I'm like, well, okay, I'll buy it. There'll be tuning hammers in there. It'll look kind of like this, just a mess of crap tools everywhere laying on a table. And I'll buy it for like $300 on eBay. And then I'll take out what I want. I'll package everything else back up that I don't want, and I'll sell it on eBay for $300. I mean, I've done that a couple times. I got a lot of free tools doing that. So you don't need to spend a lot. What you absolutely have to have is a little tuning hammer and some mutes and a simple tuning app to get started with the mentorship. The big four things I focus on in field tech work, and this is extremely important. Let me pop open the chat. I think I'm missing chats from you guys. Hey, Ron. Hey, Joe. Hey, Adam and TJ. What's up? Pianometer Plus is one time. Yeah, 29 payment. Pianometer Pro is $70. Okay, so that's, thank you, TJ. Sorry, I get talking and I forget that there are people in the chat. So I acknowledge everyone in the chat today. That's especially TJ. I'm going to throw a special chat out because I left him on the Zoom call forever. I didn't even unmute his microphone. So I just sit there forever. He's like, you know what? Can you let me in? Maybe I'll Zoom. I just didn't know they were there. They were sitting there for a while. So the big four I focus on are tuning, repair, regulation, and voicing. These are the big money makers, the bread and butter winners of my business. This is where I'm going to see, when you see the final money that I made in the last year at the end of this webinar, towards the end, you're going to see how much money we're making. That's really what it is. It's tuning and repair. It's regulation and a little bit of voicing. Voicing I don't do a ton of, but I know how to do it, and I don't charge a lot for it. But regulation I do charge quite a bit for, and repairs you always do repairs, tuning. So this is in the mentorship what I'm going to teach you to do. You will go away from a journey with me, knowing how to tune, repair, regulate, and voice. You will be a master in those things, and that's where you make a lot of money. Other things you can make money doing. You can do piano moving, do piano rebuilding. You could do piano refinishing, piano lessons. You could sell pianos. You could repurpose pianos. Now, I've tried to do a little bit of all of these, and none of them have turned out to be like my bread and butter. But piano moving is a high-paying skill. But also, you have to have a truck. You have to have people to help you. Look, I'm older. I don't want to pick up a piano anyway. But and I don't want to drop a piano off a stairwell into somebody's foyer, which I know a company that I lived by that did that. They've got the piano halfway up. It was like a stairwell. It went up and then it turned and went over. They literally, there's a brand new house too, like $1 million house. They get the piano up. The first thing, they turn at a corner and they drop the piano on accident and it fell through the wall into the garage. Brand new piano. What a nightmare. Dude, that is insane. I cannot even imagine. I know the owner too. I cannot imagine the day. He probably doesn't care. He probably whatever. He makes so much money. He owns a whole big music store or whatever. So, but it's funny that they dropped a piano like literally through the wall, just crashed through the wall and landed in the garage. It would have been even funnier if it had landed on the guy's like $100,000 sports car. That would be, yeah, that's where it is. All is forgiven. Okay. You can do all that. You can rebuild. The piano moving, yeah, it's got their high liability. Rebuilding, you have to have more tools. A lot of times you have to have a shop. Piano refinishing stinks, man. You gotta like literally to your nose stinks. I know some refinishers, and it smells like, just burns your it's a lot of fumes and a lot of stuff. So I don't want to be refinishing. And piano lessons are great. They just don't pay as good as piano moving. But these are all things you can do. You can hustle and make some money. I know some of my students in the program are doing some of all of this. and some of them that are making the most money are kind of doing this stuff. They're doing other things other than just this. In the beginning, you're going to have to hustle, okay? So let's look at a couple things. I got some, this is something I put on YouTube, and I'm showing it with you. This is tools and tricks. I'm going to jump around a little bit here as we get into this section. This is a regulation table that I made. I took a door. I think it's like a 32-inch, 32-inch inside door, really lightweight. I cut it to like 55 inches. The exact dimensions I think are on the YouTube video. And then I got these two sawhorses from Harbor Freight and Tools. They're like $20, like $15 each. So this right here is what I take into somebody's house. If I'm going to work on an action, the reason why I like this is because it's super lightweight. It's super hard. Even though it's a light door, it's got a flat surface. The action sits perfectly on there. And you can set this up in somebody's living room in a few seconds. It doesn't look like anything crazy. It just looks like a table, but it's not something. I've tried all kinds of other things, but I can throw this in my car or my truck, depending on which car. It can fit in the back seat of my Cadillac, which my CTS, it's more of a sporty car, but it's like I cut it it barely fits in there, okay, but it fits in a car. So that's my regulation table. So that's something that, I want everybody to see, because not everything you buy is going to be like expensive. It's like, hey, make a table. And this I learned from my mentor, Tim, and he went around and regulated forever using a table like this. Cool thing is I have like 3 of these. I've cut them different sizes. I've used different kinds of doors. They're just super cheap to make. I have one in Ohio. I left it up there, so you can just leave them around town if you want to. Leave them somewhere, just randomly. If you go there and you need it, you have it. You can also do whatever you want with this. It's just a good tool. All right, the Rapid Voicer, Rapid Easer. I don't leave home with these things. This is sort of I don't leave home without these things. I think is this it right here? Yeah, that 3 things I take everywhere is next. But the Rapid Voicer, the Rapid Easer, this really will revolutionize the way you voice a piano. In fact, nobody can teach you piano tech work. Yeah, I'm going to put that up there. I said that. Caddy, baby. I'm driving the Cadillac. It's not pink, though. It's white. Sucker breaks down every 15 minutes, I'll tell you that. It makes me so mad. I bought it used because I like buying used cars. But I love that car, but it keeps breaking, blowing ignition coils. Rapid voicers, rapid easers. That's what I use. And I wrote this book with Jack because nobody else will. I don't want to. No. I just tried. Okay. Nobody else will show you how to do this stuff. Nobody else will show you how to voice stuff. But these I take with me, and these are super important tools. This is the Rapid Easer. Now, guys, I'll be honest with you. This is nothing. This is a special thing. If you want to find it, let me know. It's like a decal burnisher, but it's a very specific one that's used in the piano industry. But I repurposed it, and I have to give Jack credit again, because he did this. You can literally voice ease the keys. So if you get a little sticking key in the piano, you can just take this and shove it in the key, and it does what an easing tool does by squeezing the felt, but it does it from the top. You don't have to take the keys off. So in the industry, you're going to get a pair of pliers that are called easing pliers, and those you're going to use to take the key off. But to take the key off of a grand piano, you got to do quite a bit of work. You got to take the stack off, do all this stuff. It takes like 15 minutes, to get this all apart. I can rapid ease this key in like 30 seconds, and if it works, it works. If it does the job, it does the job. If I have to go deeper, then yeah, I might have to go ahead and take the piano out, the action out. But when you get to the high end of the piano, a lot of times you're playing the notes and they don't get played a lot, so they just get a little sticky. This will knock those. This will ease the key from the top. Okay, so I don't know if even some of my students, I teach this in the course, but these are 2 kind of tools and tricks that I use. The Rapid Voicer, if you get to a piano, it's really bright, really harsh. It sounds like really nasty. Sometimes I just ease that. I just ease it with the Rapid Voicer. You can soften it down. It's very easy to do. There's a whole course on this, a whole book on this, and you can get the tools directly from me. These are 2 really proprietary tools that are nowhere else in the industry. They were written by Jack and myself, and that he kind of showed me, like, these are the tools. These are the things I'm doing that nobody else is doing. These are the things I'm doing to solve these problems that you're going to see every day, and you don't want to deal with all these other little details. You can just use this. All right, and that's what brings me to 3 things that I take everywhere. 2P10, which is a CA glue, or hot stuff. These 2 things down here. Either the hot stuff or the 2P10. Either one I can get, I get them. I take my Rapid Voicer and my Rapid Easer everywhere, and I take, I got to be honest with you. I only take WD-40 everywhere. I put this on here just to be politically correct. I'm trying to be politically correct with you guys out there, but I take WD-40 with me everywhere. Okay, I take this tacky glue with me. This tacky glue is like better for felt and things like that. It's really good stuff. You can get it at like Joann Fabrics. And I take these two glues with me, and I take, to be honest, I take WD-40 everywhere. Now, a lot of you guys, some people will never want to use WD-40 and they'll be all stinky about it. So they'll take this fancy little CLP stuff. And I get that there's a point to it, but it doesn't matter to me. I like to spray WD-40 on everything. And that's what I'm taking everywhere. If you're a piano tech, this is what you don't want to show up without, because you're going to have to lubricate something. Something's going to break, and you're going to have to glue it back together. Let's see here. You can make money upselling, and I just want to talk about that a little bit here. I'll go back here. When you're using this glue, don't touch it with your fingers. It will melt your fingers together. I'll stop here. I did a whole webinar on glue, but don't lick this stuff. Don't put it on dear God, don't lick it. Don't put it on your fingers. It will glue your fingers together. It will melt them together, actually. It'll melt your fingers to a piece of glue. You have to use acetone to get your fingers apart. But if you don't have that, you can just rip your skin apart to do that. But be careful with this stuff. There's 3 viscosities. There's thick, there's thin, and there's like water thin. It's actually thin, which is water thin, and it's seeping. So this stuff is just so much different. I never use my point was to go back and say I never use super glue from Lowe's. It is trash junk. I had to go use super glue from Lowe's the other day because I couldn't find this, and I had to go to Lowe's. It was terrible. I didn't have this. My glue had dried out. It burns fabric. Yeah, if it gets on your jeans, it'll burn your jeans into your skin. Like, seriously, be careful. But it is super glue, but it's really called CA glue. It's different than what you buy at Lowe's. The stuff you buy at Lowe's is trash, no matter what brand it is. I've never found anything other than this stuff that actually does it. And that's kind of the stuff you're going to need to know. Because I tried to glue something together with that stuff from Lowe's the other day, and it was terrible. It was just a disaster. You can make a lot of money with upsells, and I have a condition report that basically you can hand to your client, explains everything. For example, you can do $100 an hour for repairs, $275 for cleaning. You can do regulations for $1,000 or more. That's my dealio price. You can put new bass strings on a piano for $1,800. What else could you do? Put new hammers on. You could restring a whole piano, or for $6,000. You could put bass strings on for $2,500. Oh, you could do it for, like I said, $1,850. Or hey, if you're having a bad day, you can do it for $2,500. You could do new hammers. Cost $3,000 to $4,000 to put on a piano. And that's what I charge. Some guys might charge a little less, but I'm just, that's about what and a grand action rebuild, can be $6,000 to $8,000 or more. Okay. I'm going to put or more there, or more. Okay, I'm going to say or less, or more. It could be, these prices are kind of depending on the kind of hammers you use, depending on the kind of piano, but in that $3,000 range. So somebody calls, says, I want new hammers. And you tell them the price, like, no, I didn't mean that. No, it's just, I'll get a new piano. But some people will buy new hammers because they really want to fix their piano. So you can do big jobs. Some ways that I get paid, and we're going to talk about that as we dive into Gazelle in a minute, is by check, by cash, by Square. I use Square mobile credit card processors all the time. Gazelle Invoices now has Stripe payments, so you can actually, I'm going to send you one, TJ. I'm going to send you this condition report. It's going to be awesome. Venmo, Cash App, which I'm going to redesign the condition report this year for 2025. I'm going to put a place on there to put your Venmo thing. So TJ, I'll ask you before I send you one. I want to kind of put the thing that they could scan to pay you, Venmo or Zelle or something, because that's what everybody wants to do anyway. And so when you hand them the condition report, they could just scan it and pay, and that'd be brilliant. So I'm going to do like a 2025 version of the condition report, and maybe TJ, maybe you'll be the first one to get one. You could do PayPal. But in this condition report, it tells what's wrong with the piano down here. It tells what measurements you could do. This is how you can say, hey, listen, your piano's really out of measurement. There's, your let off is off. Your hammers are bouncing. You have a crack in your soundboard. All that's on here. And you can say, look, I really want to write this down and tell you that maybe next time we should do X, Y, Z, or in the future you should do a regulation. And you I write down 1,075 right here on this estimate. And then they go, well, we could just do that next week. Are you available next week? Boom, you just sold a regulation. You see what I mean? It happens that fast, guys. It happens. The first time I used the condition report, it blew my mind because I wrote down like $975 for like a couple little things I wanted to fix. And then I hand it to the client and they're like, okay, well, when can you do it? I was like, Wednesday. How about Wednesday? Like just do it as soon as possible and get paid. But yeah, a QR code right on there. It's going to be great. Yeah, Adam. So if you don't have one yet, when you need one, just let me know. The 2025 condition report is going to be redesigned and it'll have, QR codes on there. I think it's be great. I think it could have multiple QR codes because these are customized for you. Once you're in the mentorship, you get a customized version of this. So you'll have your name on there, your QR codes, whatever you want to do. It says schedule your next appointment here. I probably put the QR codes right in this box probably. So you could just write their appointment in and then you could write their QR codes there. Or maybe we'll put it right over here. And then the back also has a bunch of information on it. So it's really cool. So when they go, well, what is a regulation? You say, well, look on the back. You flip it over and you read it to them. And then click this website and you can actually learn how to, what regulation is. So what I do on my thing is Apex Piano Tuning. I have a website called, and I had a whole bunch of these, but I have what's called a learning center, and it had like 50 PDFs. Right now, it's only got the regulation one, but it's so they can go to the website and it says Grand Regulation Technical Description and Process. So they go right here and they download this PDF, and it's actually literally a PDF about. It's got my name and number and websites and stuff on there, but it's actually like tells them what a regulation is, and it's like. They can read it if they want to. And there's typically an easy version of this, and then there's a harder version of this. And then it has your number on it right there. So, sometimes it definitely helps you sell it because they're like, well, what is it? What are you going to do? And it's really hard to explain it. But you can say, here, I'm going to send you this. Go look at this thing, share this with your husband. See if sometimes the husband's real techie and he wants to know exactly, what am I paying $1,000 for? And or what does he want $1,200 for? I mean, what could he possibly be doing? It tells you all this stuff. It's really phenomenal. So I have that right on my website. It has upright regulation technical descriptions as well. And so I never try to sell this without giving them some documentation like, hey, you can go and see what I'm going to do to your piano that's going to cost this much money. I also tell them a couple things. I say it's only going to be, you only have to do this every 5 or 10 years and maybe never again. Once I do it now, so it's like it's not like it's a one and done thing. So that's really good. And, this condition report helps you make the money. And I've made so much extra money doing this. And that's just how it has to be. Let's see. Grow with Gazelle. Let's pop into Gazelle. Because I want to show you a little bit about what Gazelle does for my business. This is tools and tricks and tips, I guess, for the piano industry. Grow with Gazelle. Look, this is my 365 days. We're going to log into my Gazelle account here in a minute, but I wanted to show you. It shows you what you've been doing. So I kind of wanted to show you guys what I've been doing this year, and I didn't even really think about it too much. I don't think about it that much. I'm just doing as much as I can, and then I looked at it and I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. I should show this because I'm going to show you my Gazelle account. I'm going to log in and give you a couple things. Now, because I wanted to protect some of my clients' information, like their names and phone numbers would show up all over the screen, I did a couple screenshots and blurred some of their stuff out because I just, for no reason other than this goes on YouTube, but I am going to log in and show you. So there will be stuff flashing on the screen, who knows. But this is what my numbers are right now. And from the last 365 days, we've done 820 appointments at an average of 200. See, my pricing is anywhere between 175 and 225. So I just averaged it on the low side for 200. And that's $164,000 in just tunings. This is just tunings. I need to make sure that's understood. That is just my tunings. That's just if we tuned one piano at each appointment. Sometimes we tune 4 pianos at an appointment. So this is just a very low number. This doesn't include regulations or anything like that. 314 new clients have come into Apex. That's 26 new clients a month. That's a lot. That's just, and it looks like we're up to, I think it said there was like 4,000. I'll show you that in a minute. But like one of the things that I like to do with Gazelle is I like to send text reminders. And this is why Gazelle is so good, because this is Apex's emails that have went out in the last, like it's just emailing people all day, every day, for me. It's doing it. Yeah, 720 is a good goal. So this is emailing people out every day. These are emails that went out. All these went out today, actually, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So I'm going to show you the reminder system that they have. So emails are going out and text messages are going out. They're set up on a thing to say, hey, it's time to tune your appointment. Hey, help me help you, help your piano. Please confirm your appointment. Thank you for confirming. Your tuning appointment's today at 2. Your tuning's at 4. I mean, it's sending out all these automated messages that I've set up for it using Gazelle's system. So Gazelle Invoices is also something you can do. You can actually take and make your invoice right there and send it to their email. Anytime they don't pay for the tuning at the tuning, which is only like churches and things like that, I'll send them this invoice. And then I go in and check if my invoices are paid like about once a month, and there's a bunch of them out, usually aren't paid. Gazelle Call Center. This is something one of my girls uses, and this is massive because this tells her, this list of people you can see behind here tells her this person's due for a tuning, and we set them up to receive a call. So she goes in, makes a call, types her notes, and she clicks this button here like sent a postcard, called and chatted, and basically calls like we call, I think like probably over 1,000 phone calls a month is what we're doing right now. That's just calling every single person over and over again until they say quit calling, or they say, I don't want my piano tuned. But we call them relentlessly. Like when they're in overdue status or due status, they're getting a phone call, they're getting a text, and they're getting a hey, good. Hey, Leslie. They're getting a message, a text, a phone call, everything, right? And that's right through Gazelle. So I'm going to go into Gazelle like I promised you guys. I'm going to show you my Gazelle. I already logged in earlier. Here it is right here. So like currently due, there's $2,800 in invoices. Now, some of this is kind of not true because some of these are like invoices that I'm working on, like estimates. But you can see this right here. If you put the last year to date, 365 days, you can see 314 clients were added, 820 total appointments. This is what I was trying to tell you guys a couple of weeks ago. 624 of those clients were self-scheduled. 625 clients scheduled. I believe that means they scheduled themselves online. Who scheduled appointments? Yeah. Most of our people are scheduling. Now, these numbers are not necessarily correct. It says we've invoiced 52,000. We only invoice people that don't pay us at the moment. You know what I mean? And we only receive their payments, those people. It says 17 currently due. I don't think this is correct because I only use invoices for people who I have, and I don't use it. I use QuickBooks, okay, for like my money. But so this is just anybody who owes me money. There really isn't, to my knowledge, there better not be $17,000 currently due. That better not happen. So we can add a filter on our invoices and say status overdue, okay, and open. That's what I like to do. So I only have 8 invoices open and overdue, okay. So you can do that, and that's actually really good. Usually there's like 30 invoices in there that are overdue or that are open. So you can see the calendar. Here, I want to show you some of the calendar because somebody asked me about other technicians. Hey, and we have a lot of technicians. Well, it's just, there's a couple here and a couple there. But see, if you want to look at just Todd's schedule, you can look back at his schedule and see he's what he's been doing, and you can go back in and why does it look so slow? It looks so grayed out. I guess it's because it's in the past. Yeah, you got to access this stuff, TJ. You got to make Gazelle work, dude. So I have multiple techs work with me. So this is that one schedule. This is my Ohio schedule. This is my Nashville schedule. A lot of this schedule is me going to Krav Maga, me going to Krav Maga, me going to Krav Maga. Yeah, yeah. Like choking people, putting them in a headlock, stuff like that. That's what I'm going to do. But then I have these other technicians that work part-time for me here. They kind of fill in, and they're really great. Karina is actually part of our mentorship. And she moved here, so she works with Apex. So that's really good. She's awesome. So what else was I going to show you? That's about it. I wanted to show you that. But that's inside Gazelle. It's very easy to do. Here's another thing I want to show you. When you go to Gazelle, what does it look like when you get an appointment? Well, first of all, you have to have a website. And guys, I'll put Joe's site up here. Joe Bovey Piano Tuning, and he has a book now button. This is a strong website that was built, and Joe's friend builds these websites. If you want to know more about that, let me know, because next year I'm going to try to connect with him and get him to build websites for you guys, because I built my own website. TJ built his own website. We all kind of build our own websites, but Joe, he's just like, he just paid his friend to build this website, which is great. I'm glad he did that. And then he said, hey, my friend will do this for your other people. So I said, oh, that's cool. I like building websites, so I was all good with it. But some people are like, what the heck? Yeah. Yeah, so back to the calendar real quick. I have my calendar synced in a really weird way in Gazelle. It's very, very interesting because I have my calendar synced both ways from Google to Gazelle. So if I put something on my Google calendar, it will block Gazelle for me. I can show you how to do that. It's a little more complicated because I have such a highly developed schedule. Like if I get a Zoom booking, it will look at my Gazelle calendar, it will look at my Google calendar, and I've got a two-way sync. It's pretty complicated actually. But yeah, you can see my personal events on my my Gazelle calendar because it's pulling from Google. So when you look, hold on, let me see. It's pulling from Google. Yeah. So if you looked at my personal account, if you looked at my calendar on Gazelle, and you might see Krav Maga and those things. Those are from my Google calendar. And since you asked me, this little thing right here says synced from remote calendar event. It syncs it too. Synced from my Eric Roberts WTK calendar. So all of my stuff shows up because my assistants have to see everything. So if it's a Gazelle calendar, then it says it's an appointment. But if it's synced in from my other calendar, then it shows up as a synced event. Okay. And then if you want to block your schedule, you can block it. It's complicated, but it's pretty powerful. The Gazelle calendar settings up in here in the settings mode got pretty complicated for us. So we can actually do a lot of things like using an export for an IACS calendar and also for sharing a calendar back to Gazelle. Okay, so there's a couple different ways you can do it. Yeah, you can get your personal stuff to show up on Gazelle. And then if you're Joe and you got this awesome website, which this is the path that you're going to follow, then you can, all right, Joe, thanks, man. Joe's going to his next appointment, so he'll see you later. But so Joe's working a lot, and he's got a lot of business. And this is a good, he's actually too busy to even stay in this meeting. He's like, man, I got to go make more money. And that's because Joe's website is getting him business. It's converting leads onto his booking. And what does it look like when you go to Gazelle and let's look at Joe's real website and go, okay, I like this. Let's see. I like this guy. He looks pretty cool. He looks really legitimate. Let's book a tuning. Like, I really need my piano tuned. So what you're going to do is click book now. It opens up an app through Gazelle. This opens up for the client. And my computer's super slow, but it opens up. Okay, yeah, it opens up, and I would put in my address. Let's say 1 Main Street. I don't know where he lives anymore. Let's just say Brooklyn, New York. But it'll say, okay, that's where I'm at, and I'll say next, and it'll say, oh, I got an upright, and then look at all of his packages. I haven't even looked at these yet, so I would like to see these. Oh man, full cleaning and detail. Let's pop this up there. I haven't looked. I'm going to look at Joe's. He's got a lot of services. So you can pick what you want. Let's say I want to tune a piano and I want it fully cleaned. And then I hit next and it says, what day do you want? I said, I like next week sometime. And it'll search for appointments. It's probably going to tell me that I I can't do it because I live too far away. It's probably going to say there are none. Okay, yeah, it's going to say outside service area. So what it usually would say is it would say, okay, here's some appointments. Pick which one you want. Boom, boom, boom. Put in your name. Boom, boom, boom. Book it. Boom. Done. That's that easy. That's how easy it is. Now, that's how you're getting a lot of work because you're able to set this up and do it just like that. That's how Gazelle will work. Now, Gazelle will ding on your phone. It'll tell you that you have an appointment. You can look at your Google. I look at my Google Calendar on my phone and I see all my appointments. I don't even log into Gazelle to look at the calendar. I have everything synced both ways. So I have to do that. And then, which is cool about that is you can sync your Google Calendar to your wife's calendar so she can see all my appointments. So she's always asking me all the time back before I did this, are you working today? Are you working today? Where are you going to be today? What are you doing today? What time are you coming home? I don't know. I look at my calendar and I leave, So now I just say, well, look at the calendar, and all of it's synced in a big circle so she can open up her Google Calendar and it's like, boom, right there. It shows my calendar on her calendar. Okay, that's amazing. Guys, do you have any questions? I'm going to open this up for a few minutes for you to ask me questions. And while you're asking those questions, I'm going to ask myself some pre-screened questions in this webinar. I'm going to ask myself some pre-screened questions, and they're right here. So I'm leaving it open to the chat for you to ask your questions while I answer pre-screened questions. Just like a politician, I pre-screen these questions. I got them ahead of time, just like I'm not going to go to politics. I was just getting ready to say something. I'll save that for later once you get to know me. How soon can you make money? That's what everybody asks me. How soon can I make money? I don't know, 3 months, 6 months. How fast can you work? How dedicated are you? Are you going to spend 5 minutes a day and then go, I don't know why this isn't working? No, you're never going to make any money. Spend half an hour a day, half an hour a night practicing, go through the courses. 3 months from now, you'll be making money. That's the key. And I'm going to show you a timeline towards the end of this webinar. As we get to the end, I'm going to show you the actual timeline. How long should it take to tune a piano? Good question. I'm glad you asked. 90 minutes is acceptable. Kind of slow, but acceptable. I like to get done in an hour. I can tune a piano in 35 minutes, all right? So people say, oh my gosh, if he tuned a piano in 35 minutes, he probably stinks at it. He's not even doing it right. Well, it's just I'm sorry. I'm just really fast. I don't know what else to say to you guys. I just have a super fast tuning hammer. 35 minutes, I can be done. Now that's if the piano's been tuned a bunch and I've already tuned it the last 6 months ago, and it's just it's very simple. If the piano's way out of tune and I have to pitch raise it and do all that, it's going to take me an hour, because I do a 10-minute pitch raise. So I'm Speedy Gonzalez. That's all I can say. How long should it take you to tune a piano? 90 minutes would be the acceptable number to go out and work. If you're still taking 3.5 hours to tune a piano, you're not ready to go tune a piano in somebody's house. 3 or 4 hours is really typically what it takes people to tune their first piano. And from that day, it will start going down until you get really fast, like an hour. Well, if you can tune a piano in an hour, then, that's good. I'm happy. If you can tune it in 90 minutes, I'm like, yeah, go make some money. So in the mentorship, we use that sort of as a hey, are you fast enough to go make money? Will pianos be around in the long run? Yeah. I just don't tune the last octave. That's funny. How do you know that? That's totally true. Will pianos be around in the long run? Yes, they're not. I don't think they're going away. I can't tell the future. I mean, are we going to live on Mars? Will there be pianos on Mars? I'm going to need to add that in there. Will there be pianos when we all live on Mars? I'm going to ask Elon Musk that next time I see him. Why is Apex different than others? Well, as far as I know, Apex is the only school in the world that focuses 100% on ETD tuning, and it's the only one-to-one mentorship that you can do over this time to become a certified master piano technician, period. There's nothing else like it. There are other people online that can teach you how to tune pianos. Sure, there are other schools that say teach you how to do this, and a lot of them focus on, or all of them that I've known, focused on aural tuning, and they focus on, stuff like, basic repairs and stuff like that. Like, I'll teach you all that stuff. But Apex is the only one-to-one mentorship, and it's the only business system that is available to you to actually learn and follow. So, people say like, go do this and go do that, and then go do this and run an ad. Basic business stuff. They're going to tell you that. That's fine. I believe they probably tell you that, but they're not handing you. I'm handing you. It's not like you're paying for a franchise, but you can become an Apex in your city. You can't call it Apex necessarily, but you can use the business system and make the money like we do here. And nobody else does that to you. Hey, what if I have to repair pianos? I'm going to teach you how to repair pianos from the beginning. So as you're learning to tune, you're going to learn how to repair. Do you have to be a musician? Anybody have any other questions? I'm asking myself all these questions. Do I have to be a musician to tune pianos? I just got asked that this morning in a Zoom call. No, you don't have to be a musician, but it'd be good if you were. I am a musician. Most of the people I know tune pianos are, but my mentor Tim wasn't a musician. He played like 3 chords, and he was great. He was a great piano. He was a airplane mechanic. So you don't have to be a musician, but it does help. You will have an advantage if you are a musician. Hey, are uprights and grands different? Yes, a lot different. And so what about a spinet? Spinets are really different. But uprights and grands are different. They have the same amount of strings usually. One's longer, one's shorter. They can all be different sizes. They have a different action design. They do have a different action design. Grand pianos are usually better, for like high-end players or whatever if they're regulated right. But uprights, everybody has uprights, and spinets have a different action. So there are actually 3 different kinds of piano actions out there that we typically will work with. Uprights have a mechanism that works a certain way. Grands have an upright, have an action that works a certain way. And then spinets work completely different than those, but sort of like an upright. It's like an upright that got janked, basically. They janked it all up to make it smaller, so it's not as good. I gotta let my dog out. So an upright and a spinet have very similar actions. The spinet has just been kind of messed with. I don't know why my dog left. Maybe somebody's here. Here's a good question. Should I learn to tune pianos by ear using the oral method? Maybe. If you want to spend months and months and months or years and years and years trying to perfect this, and stall yourself out and give yourself a lot of pain and suffering, then sure, go ahead. Yes, you can learn to tune by oral methods, and I'm excited. I'll be announcing something that Apex is doing in the very beginning of 2025. We're going to release a course that teaches you how to take a piano and tune it by ear with no ETD and go in and pass the PTG RPT testing with 100%, because we have a guy coming in to Apex who is like a wizard on ear tuning and passed that test like nothing, like boom. So he's going to actually lead this master course. And so there will be an opportunity for you once you get into like year 2 of the program to go ahead and say, if you want to, you can do it. Okay. But my answer for all of eternity has been no, you don't have to do that. And I've been very adamant about that. So this is kind of something that I want to offer as an extra thing, and because I see that there are some people who are like, I really want to do it by ear. Well, that's not the Apex way. It's not the Apex method, but we're going to offer this masterclass for those of you who want to become RPTs. It's going to be available to you, which I think is going to be amazing, because not only are we the only school that focuses solely on ETD, we're going to teach you how to do that. You're going to be killing it, you're making all kinds of money. You can also do that oral tuning thing if you really want to, and I'll be there watching. I'll be there cheering you on. Where do I get my first customer? Where would I get my first customer? Well, I'll tell you what, I got my first customer, and I'm waiting for anybody to ask a question, and if not, I'm going to go on. I'm going to keep going. I'm reading these comments like, you're cracking me up. All right. I got my first customer. I walked into I was at a church. It was my parents' church, I think. And their piano sounded terrible. And I said, hey, I'm a piano tuner. I probably could tune that for you. And they said, really, when? I was like, Monday? They're like, great, come back. And there it is. I got my first paying gig. It wasn't really that hard. Guys, I'm going to get into this right now. We have about 10 minutes left, and it's working out pretty good. 10 minutes left. I want you to say goodbye to the 9 to 5. I want you to make more money. And I found that video, and I think I texted it to TJ that says, "Do you want to make more money?" Sure, we all do. You know that video? Yeah, well, that could happen, Ron. If you get if you can't plug in your device and the device dies and all that, yeah, it would be good to know how to tune orally. Like I said, this would be something you can do. Do you want to make more money? I didn't pull the video up. I'm gonna pull it up later. Do you want to make more money? Sure, we all do, and I want you guys to. And I'm gonna invite you today to get into the Apex mentorship, okay? So this is the only part of this whole thing that will be slightly salesy, but actually stay, because I'm going to show you how you're going to make it happen. Apex has a world-class learning platform, up-close videos, field videos, easy to follow. It's not just me sitting in a studio. I actually take you into my client's house. In fact, that picture is me leaning down into a church, taking an action out. I'm going to actually show you how to do it in the field. That is extremely good, because in the field is a lot different than in a sterile environment of a studio. You can also have this thriving online community. It's called Bolster, and this is where we all talk. It's like Facebook, only it's better. Sorry, Mark. It's better. It's not. There's not a bunch of weird stuff on there. It's just us who are in the mentorship, and we're in there, and we're doing this together. You can ask your questions, post your videos, pictures, whatever you need to do to get all the answers that you need. That's part of the social aspect of this, and that's where you can kind of get to know each other and help each other out. In fact, that's how Joe got up to 180. 180. Yeah, thanks, Sparkles. I'm asking myself all those questions. How Joe got to 180 clients is he saw TJ was killing it, and he called him. He said, "Dude, how are you doing this?" And TJ said, "Well, I'm doing this and this and this." And Joe said, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to get on it." And then Joe got, I think he said 150 clients. Now, I think TJ said he had 185, so I'm not sure who will end the year ahead. But the point is the community is where that happens. Like last week, Karina said, "Hey, I'm getting 10 or 11 new clients a month running a Facebook post ad like this." Okay? And so people are like, "Oh, really? Well, I'll do that too." This is very key to your success, and it's the community that we're in. So you can learn it all. I have, just like any platform would have, only in an extremely cool fashion. I have guided courses, streaming video lessons, webinars, downloads, supplier tool accounts, progress tracking, an online community, step-by-step courses. I have my education degree. They taught me how to teach some stuff back when I was in school. It's a music education degree, but I've been an educator, so all of my courses are very concise. They will get it done. It will get it done for you, right? And it is a true one-on-one mentorship, and it's only with Apex. There is nothing else on the internet like this. There's nothing else in the world like this. I mean, there are different ways I said that you can go learn to tune pianos. You can learn stuff. You can even go on YouTube and learn for absolutely free, and probably could be just fine. But you'll never have that success, and you won't have me as your mentor, and you will probably struggle. In fact, I've talked to techs this month who've been tuning pianos for like 15 years, and they don't even have enough clients yet, or they want more clients. I talked to a guy last month who had been tuning really a lot of skill, but he said he only had 20 clients, and he was frustrated. He's like, "I only have 20 clients." I'm like, "Dude, I have students that have been tuning for 8 months who have 150 clients." And he's like, "Oh my gosh." So he joined because he's like, "I got to get this going because you're losing money." The only one-on-one true mentorship available for piano technicians worldwide is Apex. You can text me, you can chat me, you can call me, we can Zoom together. I send you my videos, and you can see in the thing here, people, it's really hard to read on purpose because I don't want you to read every little detail of our private chats, but you private chat me, and we chat back and forth. And this guy is, that's my cousin. All right, follow my exact roadmap. 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. You should be tuning pianos. You should start tuning and making money within 3 to 6 months. Now, I have this little thing I'm working on right here you'll be able to get in the mentorship. It's like it shows milestones, what you should do. Everybody's going to be different, but if you want to go fast track on this and make money for serious, you want to get it done, you should be doing this within 3 to 6 months. Year 2 to 3 is where you're going to build a strong business and more skills. So you're not going to learn everything you need to be a master tech in 3 months. That's not going to happen. And some people, I think, got a little confused about that. They said, "Oh, Apex, they just teach you really fast and throw you out there." Well, you know what? If you're sitting at home, you ain't making any money. So That's all I have to say. I've watched guys successfully within 3 months start making money. And then over this 2 to 3 year period following, they're talking to me. And by year 3, once you have met all the expectations, once you have your client base built up, you have to have at least 100 clients. You can become a certified master piano technician at year 3. And that's just more, that's just more letters behind your name. You know what I mean? More things. I'm going to teach you how to actually get clients and how to show yourself to be a really good piano tuner. So this is a journey that you can go on. You're going to follow my exact roadmap. There is nothing and nobody out there that is going to do this for you. You're going to do it yourself. I'm going to help you, but Apex is the only one that can actually show you a proven system that is working and can help you get it done. So that is important to know. There are many different paths, and I said in my earlier webinar, you can figure it out yourself. You can go make all those mistakes you want, and you could take 10 years, and you could call me and say, hey man, I'm only got 50 clients. And I'd say, well, did you this? Did you that? Did you this? Well, no, I didn't do that. Well, what did you do? And the guy says, well, I just put up some Craigslist ads. And I'm realizing if you don't follow my exact method, if you don't do exactly what I'm talking to you about doing, if you try to make up something that doesn't work, you might end up just failing. Nobody wants to fail, and I don't want to be a part of anybody's failure. I don't want to watch any of you guys fail. I'm taking it dead serious. What I'm about to show you is dead serious. And I'm taking it very dead serious. Here. My dog is barking his head off. That is serious too. All right, let's talk about the cost and financing. We got, about 5 minutes left here. Apex Mentorship at this moment in time, it could change at any time. The price will be going up. I'm not saying that as a marketing thing. I'm just saying you watch this in a year on YouTube and you might be thinking like, well, I thought it was $4,900. Well, it is today. It is now. Okay. And I'll answer that question, Adam, in a second here. So $49.75 if you pay in full. I have options because, trust me, I talk to you guys. I know you guys. I know what you're saying. You're saying, I don't have $5,000. That's crazy. I need it. And I do ask, okay, I have option number 2 is still $49.75. You're going to pay 0% interest over 12 to 24 months. It depends on credit. So if you have bad credit, this is not going to work for you. But if you have good credit, and if you've got some age on you, if you're 19 years old and you've never had a credit card, this is option 2 is out. Okay, I just know that from experience. You're going to have to borrow some money from your uncle. You're going to have to go get a loan from the bank, somebody that's going to believe enough in you to loan you the money. Or maybe you just saved up enough money mowing grass when you were a kid and you're like, dude, I got that money. I'll pay it. So I created a third option and I'm offering that option right now. It's pay $495 today. Make 24 payments of $225. No credit check, no loan, no banks involved, nothing. This is Apex financing. It's called the Apex Piano Easy Pay. So all you got to do is pay $495 to get started and then make 24 payments of $225. No credit check, no nothing. Let's say it seems like the sweet spot for you. If you don't have this investment, you need to come back later and go, what am I even doing here? I've got to start a business. If you go use a firm, if you're able to get that financing, you can see what it gave to this person, Emily. She tried to apply here, and it just gave us an option saying that you can pay $415 for 12 months. You can pay $199 for 36 months, but this actually has interest on it. So there's different ones. By the time you roll it out for that long, you're actually paying quite a bit of interest. So you can test out a firm and see if you can get it, or you can just use the Easy Pay, which is pretty easy. Check it out. If you use Easy Pay, you get $225 a month payment. You can pay that for 24 months until it's paid off. You can pay it off at any time. There are no credit checks. And then you can suspend payments if needed. Let's say you're 6 months in and you're like, man, I'm broke, or I gotta quit this. You have a couple, I think 3 to 4 months, and it's in the small print, about let's say 3 months, just to be safe, of suspension. So you could stop paying, and you're not going to get thrown out. If you don't pay your payments after like 4 months from your last payment due, you're thrown out of the program. So you have to. The thing with this is you have to pay. You have to keep doing it, and you have to commit to it. Let me answer these questions, and then I'll go on. Adam says, as someone who is single income, supporting a family, and work 60 hours a week to pay the bills, what advice do you have to learn the ropes about piano tuning while still spending time? Family. Well, man, Adam, someone who is a single income supporting a family and works 60 hours a week. Number one, Adam, you're killing it. You're working. I appreciate you working that hard, taking care of your family. My first advice to you is do whatever you could possibly do to learn this trade. Whatever you can do. If you can pay $495 today and $225 a month, Adam, do it, because I can, if we talk privately, you can tell me how much you're making in those 60 hours and just do the math. Divide that by 225, and that's how many pianos you need to tune to equal your income. Because the thing about piano tuning is it's a high-paying skill. You don't have to work. I like to work part-time and make full-time income. So if you're working 60 hours a week, you're working at a job where you really, that's a lot of hours, man. And I don't know how to tell you. You can do this. You're going to have to sacrifice a little bit in the beginning. You're going to have to try to, just sacrifice a little bit in the beginning. You're going to try to get this program and do it as quick as possible so that you can start tuning, and then drop off those hours from your job down to 40, down to 30, down to 20, and everything like that. So you can definitely do it, Adam. I think whatever my advice would be, it would be do this. Absolutely get on board with the Apex and get it going as fast as possible, because if you do nothing right now, 60 hours a week isn't going to end. The only way you change this is you learn this skill, then you start charging $250, $225, $200 some dollars to tune. You take your hourly rate, let me just say you're making $30 an hour right now. If you take that $30 an hour, you're working 60 hours. I'll do the math because I like math. I'm a math nerd. So you're making 60 hours a week, you're making $30 an hour. So you're making $1,800 a week. Let's divide that by 225. Now you only have to tune 8 pianos a week to make that money. I can make that money in 8 pianos a week. That's working about, divided by, or 8 pianos times 2. That's working 16 hours a week. I can work 16 hours a week and make what somebody's making $30 an hour, working 60 hours a week. So, all right. You can do this in part-time. I could probably make your income in part-time hours doing piano tuning. And that's what I'm saying, Adam. My advice to you is do it as soon as possible. Stay up an hour or two a night, get it done. Because within 6 months, you're going to go to your kids and be like, dude, I'm building a business, a future. The faster you can do it, the better. I mean, your kids are, I don't know how old your kids are, Adam, but as your kids are younger, you're limited on time. So, I mean, part of this is just, part of it is just getting it done as fast as you can. Okay. So let me tell you, I have this question right here. Can I get your toolkit and pay you monthly? Yes, you can. And I'm going to show you guys I don't want to confuse it all, but right now I'm going to tell you the special bootcamp offer. That's this weekend. It's going to go until Monday. So if you enroll in any type of the program, whether you pay with a firm, whether you pay on payments, or whatever you do, I'm going to send you the free Apex toolkit, which is a student starting kit. It includes a carbon fiber tuning hammer and mutes, and I'm going to send you a $50 prepaid Visa card so you can actually buy Piano Meter for a year. I think it's like TJ said, it was like $39. Yeah, you can. It says DJ says, dude, if you have. In Apex, you have a community to support you. We want you to succeed. Your kids will thank you for the early sacrifice. Yeah, it's going to take a little sacrifice, but I think you'll get it done, and you'll start replacing those 60 hours with, let's replace those 60 with 20. Let's turn this 60 into 20. That's the goal. And you might even make more money, because I don't know how much money you make per hour. So that's the special bootcamp offer is you just enroll in the course this weekend, and I'm going to send you a toolkit, and I'm going to send you a $50 Visa gift card that you can use in the app stores or whatever. Just go to dinner with it and get the free version of Piano Meter. But this is what I want you guys to think about right now is the time. And Adam, I'm glad we talked about that, because it really is like that for everybody. Like if you're trying to think about this as a business, you want to be thinking about this. As soon as I can do this, the sooner I'm making money, the sooner I'm getting to my goal. And I know, because I talk to guys, I'm going to do it soon. I've been thinking about this for 2 or 3 years. I've been, considering this since high school. And they're like 30. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see a reason not to do it. And all you have to do is I'm going to send you guys an email, everybody in the boot camp. If you don't get it, let me know. There's a website out there, and it's called, I'm just going to go to it for you right now, apexpiano.com/join-financing. Okay, that's it. You've already applied or whatever. I'm giving you these links right here. Okay, I'll put them in the comments right here. This is where you can pick Affirm. This is where you can pick Easy Pay. And this is basically where you can check out for the program. And you can use Affirm for anything on my website. So if you want to buy the full toolkit and make payments, you can. TJ, I'm glad you said that because it's a killer deal. This is a new financing that I talked to people about. It took me a couple months to really solidify it because I really want you guys to pay everything up front. Of course, that'd be easier for me. I don't have to deal with payments. I don't have to deal with accounts. It's really easier if you just pay the whole thing. But so many of you are like just struggling with making that big jump and coming up with the financing that we're offering this Apex Easy Pay plan. And this is for now. I don't know if this plan will stick around forever. We will see how it goes. But if you guys like it, if it feels like the right thing for you, then it's good. And in this boot camp this month, it will last till Monday at noon. I believe at noon it's over. I'm going to make this the boot camp offer, and you can get the toolkit, which is a $300 value, and a $50 Visa card if you start. It's everything you need. And the reason I'm doing that is because most of you, I know you're adding up the numbers in your mind. You add up the numbers, you're like, okay, well, I pay this and I pay that, then I need this, then I need that, then I need this app, then I need that tool, and it's overwhelming. So with Apex, you don't have to feel overwhelmed anymore. You don't feel it. I'm going to give you the tools you need. These are the tools I'm using. These are great tools. I'm going to give you the gift card so you can buy the app on your iPad, and that's it. The only thing you're going to be paying is $225 a month. That's it. It's a no-brainer. To me, I was talking to my wife. I'm like, and this is really what it is. If you can't afford $225 a month, you can't start your own business. You shouldn't even try. You have to have money to invest in your future, or you just have to keep going back to work, which is sad because you have to work hard. I know people that pay $500 a month for their truck payment. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? $500 a month for my truck payment or whatever it is that they're buying. It's insane. You know what I mean? That's the truck payment's not doing anything. They're driving around in a nice big truck. But you know what? I don't do that. I own a 1999 Blazer. I paid cash for it. It was like $3,500. I don't have a $500 car payment. You know what I'm saying? I've always been like that. I'm going to keep it real. But I will absolutely invest in my business. You know, I will pay $500. I will pay $200. I will pay $2,000. Whatever it takes for my business to go forward, because that's my future. That's what I get to do for my future is build my future. That's it. It's my future, and that's the way you need to think. Maybe you really need to look at this. And I'm giving it to you guys. I'm really giving it to you. Like, I'm going to send you the tools. You only have to pay $225 a month for 2 years. I mean, within 6 months, you should be making that easy. I mean, it won't even. It's going to be. That's what I was saying, TJ. It's less than 2 tunings a month. A person would have to get 2 tunings a month to cover it, even if they weren't working. That's what I'm saying. That's what I know. Even if you stink at this and you're just barely making it, you will be able to cover the mentorship fee. And if you do what I'm telling you in this mentorship, like TJ is talking to us right there from YouTube. TJ told his story in the Hangout. He's made like $47,000. He started like 8 months ago. Actually, I'm sorry. I take it back. He made $47,000. He started last year at this time. It was like October. So it's a year and 2 months now. Time is flying. So it's a little like a year and 2 months ago. He's already made $47,000. Okay. Period. That's TJ. He knew nothing. He knew nothing about this. He knew nothing. He's out there making that much money. He started just going through the program, and I've watched him do it. So, guys, I'm practically giving this to you right now. Pay $225 a month. Pay $500 today. I'm sending it, and $225 a month. You can read all the details on that website. I think I posted it in there, but let's post it in there again right here. It's basically this website right here. It's apexpiano.com/join-financing. I know it's kind of a weird website. Let's see if it's in there. And if you have any questions, I'll answer those for you right here. This is what it is: apexpiano.com/join/financing. Okay. This is a application only program. Right now you're in the boot camp. I'm giving you complete access to do it. You can apply and talk to me through Zoom if you'd like to. If you need to do that, just do it on there. He's made $47,000 from January till now. So he's talking about just this year, just this year from January through December. So guys, apexpiano.com/join-financing. That's where you can find the payment links to get it. And when you get it, all you got to do is do it. Trainer, October through December. Let's see here. Trainer, October through December. Full-time job, January. Dang. So you really did it, TJ. October, November, December. 3 months. He started training in October. October, November, December. In 3 months, he was on to full-time. And that's what I said in this little document right here. Within 3 months. Then year 2 and 3, but he's already got 100, and I think he said 150 to 80. It was 150 or 180. Numbers were flying around that night. So there's around over 150 clients in just since he started in January. Guys, I can hand this to you. I can tell you it worked for me. TJ can tell you it worked for him. Now, all you can do is do it. That's it. That's all you can do is do it. I want you to message me. TJ worked 20-hour weeks. He got to tune. All right, he's going to work. I love it. I love it when the students of Apex are like, I can't be in this meeting anymore because I got to go to work. That's exactly what I told all those PTG guys back when I was starting my business. They wanted to get together and have all these goofy meetings. And I said, I can't meet in the middle of the day. I'm tuning 5 pianos. 187 pianos. 180. I can't meet you all day and sit around and talk about piano tuning. I've got 5 tunings. I'm going to go make $1,000 today. And some of those people were just sitting around, farting around, theorizing about piano tuning. And that's why it was kind of awkward, because I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. I want to go make money. So I love it when you guys are in here and you're like, yeah, I got to go. Both of the students that showed up today in this webinar, both of the students of Apex that I know of that were in this webinar, both had to leave. They were done with this meeting before it was over because they've got to go make more money. Okay? That's it. That's how it goes. Shooting for 200 my first year. 200 pianos. He's at 187. He's shooting for 200. I think you're going to make it, dude. Christmas is good. And I'm going to send you some marketing stuff. 2 of the students that were in this program, that were in this webinar because they just like the community and they've just been kind of hanging with me. They just showed up, I don't know, just to be cool and hang out and just see what's going on. They're excited about it. They both had to go because they got work today because they're working piano tuners. That's what I want you to do. And if you want to do it, if you want to do this roadmap, if you want to make this happen, right now is the time. I'm not going to make this any longer. I'm already a little bit over the time that I wanted to be. It's an hour and 12. All you got to do is shoot me a message. This is the webinar offer. It lasts till 12 o'clock on Monday. Guys, thank you for watching. I will see you guys on the other stream. And let me make sure I had one other question. I do not tune electric pianos, Leslie. Make sure I didn't miss any other of these. Yes, Adam, I hope you do it. And that's all the questions. I want to make sure I answered all your questions. Yes, what a great boot camp. I'm excited. I'm exhausted. I'm going to rehearsal for Christmas, and then I'm